Hi guys and welcome back to Ray's Honest Airgun Reviews. In this episode I'm going to be reviewing another pellet. It's quite, let's say, I'm not going to say antique, but an older pellet. They got bought out by a company a few years ago now. But I managed to get hold of one of the original tins, so let's get it on the table and see what it is. The pellet on the table this week is the Crossman Accupells in 177 version. Now, these pellets first came out, I believe, in the early 90s, and then later on they got bought out by Webley, maybe, because these was originally processed and made in the USA, I believe. And there was quite a few different versions of these. There was the Accupell, the Power Pell, the Match Pell, and the Premier. Now, the Premier used to come in actually a cardboard box, which I'm trying to get a hold of as well in 177 version, but they're very, very hard to get hold of now. These was very kindly donated to me by Rich over at More Edges that he found at the back of his cupboard, which is great. Thank you very much for that. We're going to give them a quick weigh because they said they weigh in about 7.9 grains. Then we'll get the HW out, the HFT500, and the FX again with all three different barrels to give them a go and see what they'd like at 30 and 40 yards. So I'll go and get the scales now and we'll start weighing. So, first inspections of the Accupells. Quite nicely well-shaped pellet. I've not noticed many, obviously, deformities in these. To say how old it is, this tin of pellets, it's quite old. They do look a little bit dirty. They could probably do with clean, to be honest. The average weight of these was 7.9 grains. So I'm just going to measure. We'll probably do 5 pellets, and we'll see what the average rate is on 5 pellets. 7.8. 8.2. 8. 8. 7.8. So there is quite a difference in that, but yeah, I'm not going to do all the tin because we'll be here for hours and days. But yeah, there's a few point grains of a difference there. I think there was probably 4 of a grain difference either way. So yeah, not the most consistently weighed, not the most consistent, obviously, weight of pellets. But like I said, if we got a load of different tins and weighed them all, I think we'll end up with probably 3 or 4 different piles. But anyway, let's load a few magazines up and get some accuracy tests doing. The first gun on the table is the FX Dreamline Classic, so we're going to have 5 shots at 30 yards with that with the Crossman Accupells. Right then, so we'll try the HW110 now. Right, so let's go with 5 shots with the HW110 and see how we get on with this. That's not too bad. So yeah, we'll swap over now to the HFT500 and see what we do with that at 30 yards. Right, so we'll have a go with the HFT500 at 30 yards, 5 shots. Let's give her a go. Right, okay, so that's the 30 yard Crossman Accupells test done. We'll push it out to 40 yards and see how we're going at 40 yards. Right, I don't know how this is going to end up because the windsock's at about 3 o'clock, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Like I said, it's not the best day to probably be testing. We've got a good average on the 30 yard test anyway. But yeah, 40 yards, let's give it a go. Right, so that's 5 shots with HFT. Now we'll go reverse back and we'll go to the HW110 and see what we get like at 40 yards. 5 shots with the HW110 at 40 yards with the Crossman Accupells. Right, now for the FX. Okay, so now we've done that, we'll get both targets in and we'll have a look at the results. Right, so now we've got the 30 yard results. Yeah, the FX and the 110, I can safely say them barrels didn't like it, so the smooth twist and the HW barrel didn't really like it. The best results we got was at 30 yards with the HFT500. Now that's you know, they're under a thumbnail at 30 yards, which isn't too bad. Yeah, so that's at 30 yards, and I'm now to the 40 yards. Right, so now time for the 40-yard results. Once again, the FX Smooth Twist, can't say it really liked it. The 110, the same. The best group again, I think we got was the HFT500 out at 40 yards. That's obviously, we've got one fly there, but that's once again within a thumb size. So I think you can probably safely say that Airarms barrels, I think the Walther barrels. So if you've got a rifle with a Walther on, like a Daystay, an Airarms, or I don't know, a Ripley, something like that maybe. If people still have Ripleys nowadays. That yeah, you're probably going to get the tightest groups at 30 and 40 yards. The wind has died down a little bit now. We had to stop play for 2 minutes because it did get a bit rainy, but there we go. I'm going to try and see if I can get hold of some Crossman Premiers in the old cardboard box. Now these ones meant to have been the graded ones, so should be a lot more consistency in weight and everything like that. I believe you got something like 1,250 in a box, which is a bit of a random number. But anyway, I'll try and get hold of some. We'll do another review at 30 and 40 yard with them. I might even try and bring down 3 different rifles with Walther barrels, or try and loan some from some of the club members down here. But thanks for watching once again, guys. That's much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed this little review on Crossman Accupells. I'll try and do another pellet one coming out again next Wednesday. I'll try and do these every Wednesday, the pellet ones, and try and keep to the gun reviews on a Sunday, if that's all right. And then when my ankle's better, I'll get out and do some more hunting. I've got about another probably 5 to 6 weeks of physio now to go before my ankle's better. But I'm really looking forward to getting back out again and getting some hunting done. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Cheers.